Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1969 postseason is on the air. It is time to begin the second round of the postseason, the Division Series round. Today, we are at Candlestick Park for Game 1 of the National League Division Series between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. The Mets wound up in second place in the National League East and wound up with the third seed. The Giants, by virtue of a better board record, won the National League West and wound up as the second seed. Once again, these two teams will play each other in a division series. The last time the Mets and the Giants played was in 1988, and the Mets actually got out to a 2-0 lead in that series, but then the Giants came right back and pretty much reverse swept my Mets out of there. My Mets have never won a postseason series here on the board, but this is the historical World Series champions. Will they do it here? Well, we're about to find out as we go to Game 1 of this series. Games 1, 2, and 5 will be here at Candlestick Park. Games 3 and 4 will be at Shea. Beatles Eternally and Ben Witz joins us here at Candlestick Park. Beatles Eternally is always good to see. And of course, if you're a Mets fan, you know it don't come easy. Ringo Starr, that counts. So tonight, and of course, we got a heck of a pitching matchup. Two awesome Hall of Famers. What could happen tonight? We'll find out here as we go to these two teams to see how the fans will go. There is not an empty seat anywhere here at the Stick, and everyone is set and ready to go as we begin the Division Series round. Let's get right to it. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants tonight, Juan Marichal. Doesn't need much of an introduction. Hall of Famer, of course. 21 wins, 11 losses, a 2.10 ERA. One of his better years that season. 205 strikeouts and 47 walks in 69. We are at Candlestick Park. It's a neutral park, but does favor hitters a little bit. Adds 3 to walks, nothing else to strikeouts or home run. 138 home runs were hit there. So, we're about to get started. Section 518 has taken a section here at Candlestick Park. He has his cold one in his hands. Let's see what my Mets can do in this series. Let's see, Marichal. Yeah, the pitching matchup should be okay. Leading off for the Mets, center fielder Tommy Agee. 271 average, 26 homers, 76 RBIs. We're going to use black, white, and orange dice. Giants are the home team, ready to begin the second round of the 69 postseason. Let's see what goes on tonight. Let's begin this series. Marichal, 2-6 against the righty, strikeout 15. That's going to be high. Agee, 3-5, and it's lead off with a base hit into center field. Agee will start off with a single, and he will head to first. Next up is the second baseman, Ken Boswell, 279 average, 3 homers, 32 RBIs that year. Infield is a double play. Ryan Sullivan joins us here at Candlestick Park. Agee had 12 stolen bases, and that's a 20. Marichal fires to first, and no, Agee will get back. Marichal, 3-3, that's at the park. Candlestick, 4-5, and that is a ground ball to third. 3-2-3. Second base, pivot, Hunt, a 0. A 1-3, it's a double play. They'll get it. 2 outs. Boswell grounds out into the 5-4-3. And a quick 2 outs there. And now that'll bring up the left fielder, Cleon Jones. 340 average, 12 homers, 75 RBIs in 69. Marichal, 5-1 against the righty, blank. Jones, 6-1. That's a fly out to center field. And some bum by the name of Willie's going to go ahead and get that, make the catch, and retire the side. No runs and a hit, and we will go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets tonight. Does he really need an introduction? Only two pitchers in baseball history have over 300 wins, 3,000 strikeouts, and a career ERA under 3. Walter Johnson and this guy, the terrific one, Tom Seaver. 25 wins, 7 losses, a 2.21 ERA, 208 strikeouts, and 73 walks that year. But now let's see how he does with the G-men. Leading off for the Giants, the right fielder, Bobby Bonds. Definitely hauled a very good. 259 average, 32 homers, 90 RBIs that year. Seaver, 2-1, range play. Bonds, 3-3. That's a double into left field. But going after that is Cleon Jones. He was pretty good. His range is a 4. Nope, it's going to still drop in there for a double. And Bobby Bonds will get the leadoff hit. So Bonds gets a leadoff double. And now we'll see the second baseman, Ron Hunt. 262 average, 3 homers, 41 RBIs that year. Infield stays back, and Bobby Bonds stays where he is. Seaver, 6'5", strikeout 10. That is high. Hunt, 4-1, and against the righty, it's a fly ball to right field. And Art Shamsky is going to make that play for out number 1. Bonds, a base runner, 5, hit the right a 0. And Shamsky has a 0 arm. Bonds can get to third on a 5. And he will, just barely, but he does. So he will get to third moving over there. And that will bring up the center fielder, some bum who thinks he wants to be the greatest overall player in baseball history. Yeah, he was. Say hey, Willie Mays. 283 average, 13 homers, 58 RBIs that year. Infield will play in. And Bonds is going to stay put. Seaver, 6-1 against the righty, walk. 20 is high. Mays, 4-5, and it's a ground ball to second base. It's a grounder to second. That ball is hit to Boswell. Bobby Bonds has a base running rating of 3 with the infield in. They're going to send him, and the Mets are going to take the shore out at first. They'll allow the run to score, but they will get the out. So the Giants will get on the board first, as they will allow the run to score and let the Giants take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first, but they'll get the out. So that will go as a grounder to there. That's a grounder to first, but he does get an RBI. So 2 outs, the Giants get the early lead. And now the first baseman, stretch himself, Hall of Famer, Willie McCovey. Wanted to be Willie Mays Jr. Came pretty close. 320 average, 45 bombs, 126 RBIs. Marlon Price joins us here at Candlestick Park. Seaver, 6'6", at the park. Candlestick Park, 4-1, and that's a fly ball to right. And Art Shamsky will get to it, make the catch, and retire the side. 1 run and a hit, and the Giants take a quick 1-0 lead after 1. As Phoenix Knight joins us here at Candlestick Park. McCovey actually made the roster. Yeah, you would think. No. Leading off for the Mets will be the right fielder, Art Shamsky. 300 average, 14 homers, 47 RBIs. The Mets actually do have a platoon lineup against righties and lefties. This is the right-handed the lineup against right-handed pitchers for the Mets. Marichal, 4-5. That's a pitcher result. That 17 is high. Shamsky, 2-1, hits one to center field. But Say Hey Willie will make the play. Next batter will be the first baseman, Ed Kranepool. Recently passed away. 238 average, 11 homers, and 49 RBIs that season. Marichal, 6'3", possible error. Kranepool, 5'2". It's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Bobby Bonds. His error rating is a 6. That's a 1. He's gonna misplay it. It's gonna bounce off his glove, and Kranepool is gonna be at second base. That's gonna be an error on Bobby Bonds. That is an E9. First error on the Giants as he drops the ball out there. And let me just see something. I think actually fly ball drop, less than 2 out, roll 1d6. If roll is higher than the base runner, advance 1 base only, otherwise 2 bases. My bad. Kranepool will stay at second. I forgot he has to roll for that. Keep on forgetting that rule, and I got it right here, as a matter of fact. So Kranepool will wind up on second base. That'll be an error on Bobby Bonds as he drops it out there. And now the shortstop, Bud Harrelson, recently passed away. 248 average and 24 homers, 24 RBIs that year. Doug Hunt joins us here at Candlestick Park. And Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike, runner at second base. And that's a 20. Marichal turns around, fires, and no. Kranepool will get back. Now Marichal will pitch. Marichal, 3-3 at the park. Candlestick Park, 1-6, and that's a blank. We will have a rare play with men on and a regular at the park. Rare play coming up. 44, grounder and hold a shortstop. Ball glances off glove into the outfield. Single, all runners get 1 base. All right, we know that. We get that, okay. Lead runner, use runner on second, then first, then batter, then tries to take another base. Roll 1d6 versus base runner of batter. If roll, higher runner out, otherwise safe. Any other runners move up 1 base on the throw. So that means that Ed Kranepool is trying to score. I'll be honest, I really don't like the idea. I'd rather have him stay at third, but that's what it says. So lead runner, use runner on second. So roll 1d6 versus base runner of runner. If roll, higher runner out, otherwise safe. Any other runners move up 1 base on the throw. So Kranepool's base running rating is a 2. He will score if it's a 2 or lower. It is a 1, and he does. Wow, he scores. And Harrelson goes to second. Tied at 1. Wow, that was a big chance. That was a big chance. So that will go as an RBI single for Harrelson. And it's tied at 1. And I doubt Kranepool. So now we're tied at 1 here as Harrelson gets a single. I didn't think he was going to get that. Here comes the catcher, Jerry Grody. I'm pretty sure people will say that Grody was a very underrated catcher. 252 average, 6 homers, 40 RBIs in 69. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Candlestick Park. Infield is normal. Harrelson on at second, and he will stay there. Marichal, 4-6, strikeout 10. That just missed. Grody, 3-6. It's a ground ball to second base. That'll be handled by Doug Hunt's favorite player, Ron Hunt, and he'll throw to first. Harrelson will go to third. 2 outs now. And the batter will be the third baseman, Wayne Garrett. 218 average, a homer, and 39 RBIs. So Garrett, the batter now. 2 outs here, tied at 1. Strategy, that's a 20. Marichal again. He'll fire to third to try to pick off Harrelson. No, Harrelson will get back. So now Harrelson gets back to third. Now Marichal trying to pick off runners. He's just not getting it. So Marichal will go ahead and pitch. Marichal, 2-3, strikeout 6. Got him. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. First strikeout from Marichal. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error on the Giants. Weird inning with that kind of rare play. We'll go to the bottom of the second. That was a weird, rare play. I don't know if I would have called that myself, but he made some new ones, and that's one of them. Leading off for the Giants will be the third baseman, Jim Davenport. 241 average, 2 homers, 42 RBIs in 69. Seaver, 5-3, wild pitch. It's a blank. Davenport, 6-3 against a righty. It's grounded to first base. That will be handled by Kranepool, and he'll take it to the bag himself. 1 out. And now we'll see the left fielder, Ken Henderson. I put him in left field because Bobby Bonds is in right. 225 average, 6 homers, 44 RBIs that year. Seaver, 6-4. That's a pitcher result. That 10 is going to be an automatic out. And it will be a grounder to short, taken care of there by Harrelson. And he'll throw it over to first. 2 down. And now the catcher, Dick Dietz, 230 average, 11 homers, 35 RBIs. Jeremy Brooks and DB join us here at Candlestick Park. Seaver, 3-6 against a righty. Home run result against a righty. Dietz needs a 10. That's a 1. And the Giants retake the lead. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Dick Dietz. Stadium cheers. Yay! First home run of the postseason for Dick Dietz. And the Giants will take a 2-1 lead. As he hits that one out. And that was no doubt about it. That was a 1. Hit that in Candlestick Park. Might have wound up in Oakland Alameda Coliseum. Next batter is the shortstop, Hal Lanier, future manager. 228 average, 35 RBIs that year. Seaver, 2-6, possible error. Lanier, 6-6, ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Bud Harrelson. His error rating is an 8. That's a 12. He'll get it. He'll throw it over to first and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. A solo bomb by Dick Dietz, of all people. It's 2-1 Giants after 2. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Mets will be the pitcher, Tom Seaver, capable hitter, a 121 average and 6 RBIs that year. Marichal, 3-4, range play. Seaver, 3-3. It's a base hit to center field, but it's a range play for Say Hey Willie Mays. His range is a 2, and he's got it. 1 out. He takes a single away from Seaver. What a play by Willie Mays. And Seaver will have to go back to the bench. Da-da-da, da-da-da. That'll bring up AG. AG got a base hit his first time up. Marichal, 2-4 against the righty. It's a blank. AG, 2-2, and it's flied to right field. And that's going to be Bobby Bonds getting to that. He'll make the play for out number 2. 2 outs. Here's Boswell. Boswell's 0 for 1. Marichal, 3-2. That's a walk, but that 16 is actually going to miss. Boswell, 4-3, and he hits one to right once again. And once again, it will be Bobby Bonds getting to it. He will make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Mets. We will go to the bottom of the third. Let's see here. Leading off for the Giants will be their pitcher, Juan Marichal. Not a bad hitter either. 138 average and 3 RBIs. That's not bad for a pitcher. Seaver, 3-5. Home run chance. But Marichal's got 0. Marichal, 5-6. He'll ground it to short. Taken care of there by Harrelson. And Harrelson will throw it over. Next up is Bonds. Bonds got a double his first time up and scored. Seaver, 5-5 against a righty. It's a blank. Bonds, 1-4, and it's lifted to right field. And Art Shamsky will go ahead and get that for out number 2. And now here's Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 1. Seaver, he'll go ahead and deal. Seaver, 2-6, possible error. Hunt, 4-2, ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Harrelson. His error rating is an 8. That's a 4. He's going to pick it up. He's going to drop it, and that's going to be an error on him. So that's an E6 on Harrelson. First error on the Mets to keep the inning going. And why would you do that when you got a guy named Say Hey Willie coming up? He's 0 for 1. Hunt on it first. Thomas Bartlett joins us here at Candlestick Park. and Hunt will stay at first. Seaver, 2-4. That's a blank. Mays, 6-1. Ground out to short. This time Harrelson will get it. He'll take his time, throw it over to second to get Hunt, and the inning will end there. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but the Giants couldn't do anything with it. 2-1 after 3. As a Mets fan, with Seaver on the mound, I figure this is a game the Mets actually have to win. Top of the 4th inning, leading off for the Mets will be Cleon Jones. He's 0 for 1. Marichal, 1-4. Range play. Jones, 5-5. Against a righty. It's a base hit past short, but it's a range play for Lanier. He was excellent. His range is a 5. That's a 5. He'll get it, and he'll throw it over for the out. 1 down. Nice play by Lanier, and right now, the Giants are flashing the leather. 1 away, and here comes Shamsky. Shamsky's 0 for 1. Marichal, he'll go ahead and pitch. Marichal, 3-6, strikeout 6, just missed. Shamsky, 4-1, popped out to first base. And Willie McCovey will catch that in foul territory for out number 2. And now Cranepool. Cranepool reached on an error his first time up. Marichal, 2-2. Against the lefty, it's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly out to left, handled there by Ken Henderson. And the Mets will go 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Game 1 of this NLDS between the Mets and the Giants. Leading off for the G-Men will be Stretch Willie McCovey. He's 0 for 1. Seaver, a 4-3 strikeout. That will be too high. McCovey, 4-3 against the righty. That's a grounder to second base. That'll be taken care of by Boswell, and he'll throw it over. 1 out. Here's Davenport. Davenport's 0 for 1. Last time the Mets played the Giants in the division series on my network was 1988. The Mets got out to a 2-0 lead, and the Giants reverse swept them to win the series 3-2. Seaver, 1-1, error on a grounder. Davenport, 5-3. That is a power hit to right field. That's a 3, and that's going to be a double for Davenport. Right fielder is Shamsky. His error rating is a 2. He will not make an error. He'll get the ball in there, and Davenport will stop at second. Double for Davenport. It'll now bring up Henderson. Henderson's 0 for 1. Runner on second. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 8th. Davenport stays at second base. 2-1 Giants. Seaver, 6-4. Pitcher result, 10. Against the switch left, a 1-18's an automatic out. And that is a 10, and that's exactly what it is. And that's going to be a fly to left field. Getting over there will be Cleon Jones for out number 2. Davenport, a base runner 2, but automatically hit the left field. -2 makes it a 0. He will stay where he is. 2 outs now. Here's Dietz. Dietz already hit a bomb in this game. So Dietz is 1 for 1. Fans give him a nice ovation. Strategy, nothing on the 5. Davenport stays put. Seaver, 2-3. Strikeout 12. That is high. Dietz, 5-4. And against a righty, it's a ground out to third. That'll be handled there by Garrett. Garrett's got it, and he'll throw it over to first to end the inning. So, no runs and a hit for the G-Men. It remains 2-1 after 4. Top of the 5th. Marichal gets back on the mound. Bud Harrelson leads off for the Mets. He got a single his first time up. Marichal, 2-1 against the switch left. That's a strikeout +10. That's a 4. That is a swing and a miss, and a steer right out. Second strikeout from Marichal. And now Grody. Grody is 0 for 1. Marichal, 3-5, hit by pitch. No. Grody, a 1-3, and he grounds it right back to the pitcher. Marichal will get that with no problem, and he'll toss it over for the out. And now Garrett. Garrett is 0 for 1. Cutter Historical joins us here at Candlestick Park. Marichal, 4-6, strikeout, 17 is high. Garrett, 2-1, and he hits one to center field. But the Say Hey Willie kid will get there. He will make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Mets. And we'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Mets only scored pretty much on a rare play. They've really not figured out Marichal yet. Leading off for the Giants will be Hal Lanier. He's 0 for 1. Seaver, 3-4. That's a blank. Lanier, 1-6. Ground out to short. Taken care of there by Harrelson. And Harrelson will toss it over. And now Marichal. Marichal is 0 for 1. Seaver, a 1-4. That's a blank. He's not tired. Marichal, 5-5, and he hits a fly ball to left. And Cleon Jones says, I'll take this one with ease. 2 away. And now the batter is Bonds. Bonds is 1 for 2, has a double. Seaver, a 1-3 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. That's a 13. That is a swing and a miss and a steer right out. Side retired. Nice job by Seaver. And believe it or not, that is only his first strikeout of the ball game. 1, 2, 3, go the G-Men. Giants holding on to a 2-1 lead after 5. Now the pitching has seemed to calm down a little bit. But right now the Mets are having problems with Marichal, as you probably would. As good as he was. Top of the 6th. And Tom Seaver will lead off. He's 0 for 1. Marichal, a 4-1 against the righty. It's a blank. Seaver, 6-4, and he grounds it easily to the shortstop, Lanier. And Lanier will get that and toss it over for out number 1. Next batter is AG. AG's 1 for 2. Led off the game with a single. Marichal, 6-5. That's at the park. Candlestick Park, 6-3. And that's a fly ball to left field. Henderson will get to that one and put it away. 2 away. And now Boswell. Boswell's 0 for 2. Marichal looking in on Boswell. Marichal, 6-4. Strikeout, 16 is too high. Boswell, 1-3. And it's a line drive right to second that is caught by Hunt. And the inning is over. 1, 2, 3. Go the Mets. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Quick moving game so far, but kind of like you expect between two pitchers such as Marichal and Seaver. Doug Hunt's favorite player, Ron Hunt, will lead off. He is 0 for 2, but did reach on an error his last time up. Seaver, 2-4, blank. Hunt, 6-4, fly out to right. Art Shamsky, he'll go ahead and get that for the out. Next up is the Say Hey Kid. Mays is 0 for 2. Seaver, a 5-4 against the righty. That's a strikeout plus 10. And he'll get Mays easily on that. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Seaver. 2 away. Willie McCovey Reggie Jackson used to say blind people used to come to the ballpark to hear Tom Seaver pitch. Here comes McCovey. McCovey is 0 for 2. Seaver will go ahead and deal. Seaver, 3-3, error on a throw. McCovey, 4-6. That is going to be an infield, either an infield single or an error. That is hit to the first baseman, Ed Kranepool. His error rating is a 5. That's a 4. And that is going to be an error as Kranepool fields it, throws it past Seaver, and McCovey will go to second base. So that is going to be an E3 on Kranepool. Second error on the Mets. I know it's supposed to be an infield single with an error. I call it either an infield single or an error, and I'm just calling it an error. So that's a second error on the Mets. Here comes Davenport. Davenport is 1 for 2. Sparky Anderson used to say about Tom Seaver, my idea of managing is giving the ball to Tom Seaver than sitting down and watching him work. And I kind of think Sparky Anderson knew what he was talking about. Strategy roll, nothing on the 4. McCovey stays at second. Seaver, 5-2, strikeout, no. Davenport, 1-2, and it's a line drive right to short. Harrelson will glove it and get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, an error. So an error occurs, but the Giants can't take anything from it. 2-1 after 6. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sparky Anderson knew what he was talking about. We go to the top of the 7th. Marichal, Seaver still got plenty left in the tank. Cleon Jones leads off for the Mets. He's 0 for 2. Marichal, he'll pitch. Marichal, 1-2, strikeout. 15 is high. Jones, 1-3, ground out to the shortstop. Lanier will get to that. And he throws it over, 1 away. And now here's Shamsky. Shamsky's 0 for 2. Marichal, a 1-2 strikeout. The 18 is high. Shamsky, 2-6. That's a fly ball to center field. Willie Mays will get to that and make the catch for out number 2. And now Kranepool. Kranepool is 0 for 2, but reached on an error. Marichal looking in here, and now he'll make the pitch. Marichal, 2-5, walk. Yes, that's ball 4. He will walk Kranepool. So Kranepool will draw a base on balls. That's the first walk given up by Marichal. Didn't give up many walks. 47 walks and 300 innings pitched in 1969. I don't know about you, but if that's not the definition of control, I don't know what is. Now the batter is Harrelson. Harrelson, 1 for 2, has a single. One of only a couple of players that got a base hit off Marichal today. Kranepool is on it first, and he'll stay there. Marichal looking in on Harrelson. Can Harrelson come through with a hit? Marichal, 3-1, strikeout. 17 is high. Harrelson, 6-5, and he smacks one against the righty, and that's going to be a double to left. Will it score Kranepool? With 2 outs, base runner 3, double to left, a -3, which is a 0. Kranepool cannot score. He holds at third. Why? Because Ken Henderson has an excellent arm in left field. He has a -2 arm, and now it'll stay runners at second and third. A double there for Harrelson. But now a chance for Grody. Grody is 0 for 2. David Vega joins us here at Candlestick Park. Yes, Devo9 and Devo9 GLA joins us here at Candlestick Park. Yeah, that's 2 seasons for Aces today. That's how good Marichal was. Marichal will pitch to Grody. 2 outs. Fans here at the stick, hoping for a big pitch. Grody's got 2 big base runners on the field. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 9. Marichal looking at it. Grody. Section 518, hoping for a hit. Marichal. 4-6. Strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Stadium cheers. Yay! No runs and a hit for the Mets. And the Mets cannot tie it up, mostly because of Ken Henderson and that arm he had. And that was good enough for him. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. We are just getting the Division Series round started. Tomorrow night, it will be game one of the American League Division Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics. Mike Nagy will be going for the Red Sox, and Johnny Blue Moon Odom will be going for the A's at Oakland Alameda Coliseum. We will start that division series tomorrow night. ALDS Game 1, the Red Sox and the A's. Nagy against Odom. That should be an interesting matchup as well. That could be a very interesting series. I wouldn't be surprised because those two teams have decent pitching, but their lineups are pretty stout. That series could go 5. We go to the bottom of the 7th here. Giants have a 2-1 lead on the Mets. Mets got close, but just couldn't get there in the last inning. Ken Henderson leads off for the G-Men. He is 0 for 2. And Seaver will continue to pitch. Seaver, 4-3, strikeout, got him. They'll go ahead and strike out Henderson. That's the 3rd K for Seaver. 1 down. It'll bring up Dietz. Dietz got a bomb his first time up. He's 1 for 2. Seaver, 6-3, hit by pitch. 12 is too high. Dietz, 4-5, and that is a grounder to third base, taken care of there by Garrett. And Garrett throws it over for out number 2. And now Lanier. Now Lanier is 0 for 2. Seaver sets up and pitches. Seaver, 4-1, strikeout 9, called strike 3 on Lanier. Got him, and the inning is over. Strikeout number 4 for Seaver. And the only difference in the game was a big solo bomb by Dick Dietz of all players. But 1, 2, 3 go the G-Men. 2-1 after 7. Kind of like the pitching, kind of like the score you would expect in a matchup between Seaver and Marichal. You really wouldn't. You would get a pitcher's duel between these two. Top of the 8th, Marichal. He can pitch 6 more before he tires. Seaver can pitch to 5 more. Leading off for the Mets will be Wayne Garrett, and Garrett is 0 for 2. Question is, do I let Seaver bat in the 8th if Garrett gets on? Marichal, 4-1 against the lefty, walk, and he does. Garrett will walk. He'll go to first. Now the question is, do I let Seaver maybe bunt? Or do I take him out of the game and bring in a pinch hitter? Oh, very tough call. Garrett, not really a threat to steal. Let's see what the strategy roll is first. And that is a 3. He's not going anywhere. So the question is, do you let Seaver bunt here? Or do you keep him in there for 1 more? You can only pitch to 4 more batters before he tires. I think if you're the Mets, I think Seaver has done his job. And this is the postseason. This is the postseason. What do you do? Oh, do I take Seaver out now? Or do I? Now, the bullpen for the Mets is still pretty good. You got Taylor, you got McGraw, you got DeLauro. The Met bullpen doesn't stink. The bench isn't that great, but they'll hit better than Seaver will. I'm going to make a management decision. Tom Seaver is going to come out of the game And they're going to take him out. So Seaver's going to leave with the L. And the Mets will go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit's going to be Don Clendenin, 248 average, 16 homers, 51 RBIs. D. Scott Howard, the GOAT Whisperer, joins us here at Candlestick Park. Remember, Cutter Storkel, I do not use fatigue. All pitchers are fresh every single day. I do not bother with fatigue. That's just way too much. And I just dropped my black die, and it went all the way to the back. Time out for a second. All the way. That's what the back scratch is for. Okay, go. Clean that. Okay. You're going to blame me for that black dice, are you? Don Clendenin is going to come up to bat against Marichal. Infield is at double play depth. Marichal will go ahead and pitch. Garrett on it first. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 14. Marichal looking in on Clendenin. Fans here at the stick hoping for a big-time hit for a pitch. Marichal. 4-4. Strikeout 14. Yep. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him. And that is strikeout number 4 for Marichal, 1 down. And now the batter will be AG. AG is 1 for 3. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 7. Garrett stays at first. Marichal will pitch. Marichal, 5-3. Range play at the park. Candlestick, 5-4. It's a home run to the pull side. But you're not going to believe this. It's a home run to the pull side against a righty. AG needs a 16. That is an 18. He doesn't get the home run, but it is a range play. So AG's a righty, so it's pull side, so it's going to left, and that's going to Ken Henderson. Henderson is at the wall. If he doesn't make this, it's an automatic double. His range is a 2. And he makes the friggin' catch. 2 outs. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518 says rigged. 2 outs. Here's Boswell. Boswell 0 for 3. Henderson needed a 2. He got a 1. And AG needed a 16, and it was an 18. Couldn't do it. Garrett on at first, 2 outs. Marichal, strategy roll, nothing on the 14. Marichal will pitch. 3-2, walk, and that's ball 4. He will walk Boswell. So now Marichal walks Boswell, runners at first and second with 2 outs. And now a very big chance for Cleon Jones. Jones is 0 for 3. Garrett on at second, Boswell on at first. Marichal will pitch to Jones with 2 outs. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 18. Nobody moves. Marichal sets up, and he will pitch. Marichal, 2-2 against a righty. It's a blank. Jones, 1-3. And it's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Lanier. He's got it. Throws to second to get Boswell, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a couple of walks, and some really rigged dice. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Juan Marichal leading off. He is 0 for 3. He's actually 0 for 2. He still has some left in the... He's got one more batter left in the tank. And I'll be honest, I think you'll let him hit only because I'm not really thrilled with the Giant bullpen. And Marichal is better than any Giant you have in the bullpen. I think you stick with Marichal. Mets, however, are going to go to the bullpen, and they're going to bring out Ron Taylor. 9 wins, 4 losses, 13 saves, a 2.72 ERA. Taylor will come on here and try to keep the game at 2-1. Taylor will pitch to Marichal, and why not? Marichal's your best pitcher. He will not be tired yet. I think you let him pick. I think you let him swing. Taylor, 5-3, strikeout. He'll get him. Struck him out. So struck out Marichal. That's out number 1. And now the batter is Bonds. Bonds is 1 for 3 with a double. Taylor will pitch. Taylor, 4-4, walk, 18. Oh, that just missed. Bonds is a 14, but plus 3 makes him a 17. Bonds, a 2-1, and he hits one to left field. That'll be caught by Jones for out number 2. Next batter is Hunt. Hunt is 0 for 3, but reached on an error. Taylor, he'll go ahead and pitch. Taylor, 2-2 against the righty. Strikeout. 15 is high. Hunt, a 2-1, and that's a fly ball to center field. And getting over there will be AG. AG will make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Giants. In a heck of a pitcher's duel. But the Giants have the lead, 2-1. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Top of the 9th. Giants lead 2-1 here, game 1 of this NLDS. Marichal can pitch to one more batter before he tires, but they're going to let him stay out there. And leading off for the Mets is going to be Art Shamsky. Shamsky is 0 for 3. Marichal has pitched a gem. So has Seaver. Just some great defensive plays in the field for the Giants. That's what just saved their bacon in the 8th. Marichal will go ahead and pitch. Marichal, 4-4, strikeout, got him. Struck him out, and that is strikeout number 5 for Marichal, 1 down. And now the batter is Cranepool. Cranepool is 0 for 2, reached on a walk and an error. Fans here at Candlestick Park looking to see the Giants take game 1 of this series. Marichal will go ahead and pitch. Marichal, 6-5. That's at the park. Candlestick Park, 4-2. It's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled there by Davenport. Takes his time, tosses it over, and 2 outs. By the way, Marichal is tired now. He was, but he'll stay out there. And now the batter, last chance for the NYM, is Bud Harrelson. Harrelson is 2 for 3. He's got a single and a double in this game. So he's the only one that's hit by AG, as Marichal has owned the Mets today. Marichal looking at Harrelson. Fans here at Candlestick Park hoping for a big pitch. Section 518 hoping Harrelson can keep it going. Marichal with the deal. 3-6, strikeout. 19 is high. Harrelson, 1-6. And it's a ground ball to second base. Getting over there is Ron Hunt. He's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. The Giants will take game 1 of this NLDS with a 2-1 victory over the Mets. Stadium cheers. Yay! Section 518 barfs. Yeah. Nothing across accepting across for the Mets, as the Giants will get the victory here. And what a job by Juan Marichal. And really it should have been a shutout, because it was the rare play that allowed the Mets to get the run across. Other than that, Marichal pitched a gem. Seaver did too with the home run. That kind of hurt. The Mets did have 2 errors though, but neither error led to runs. But the Giants will take a 1-0 series lead here in this series. Final line score coming up. For the Giants, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. For the Mets, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Only 6 hits scattered between these two. The winning pitcher is Juan Marichal. He'll get the win, and he'll go to 1-0 in the postseason. Tom Seaver is going to take a tough loss, and he'll go to 0-1 in the postseason. And Marichal does go the distance. Well, the Mets will have to try to bounce back in Game 2 of this series, and we'll have to see how that game will go. But the Mets right now find themselves down 1-0 to the Giants. Tomorrow night, Game 1 of the American League Division Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics. Mike Nagy will be going for the Red Sox, and Johnny Blue Moon Odom will be going for the Athletics as that series gets underway. Should be exciting there as we continue, as we go to the junior circuit now for Game 1 of that ALDS. So join us tomorrow night. The second round of this postseason has only just started, and if today's game has anything to say about it, this should be a very interesting series. Red Sox Athletics Game 1 tomorrow night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The San Francisco Giants take their trolleys and run over the Mets. It's only the first win, but it's big enough. Giants beat the Mets here 2-1. Giants lead this National League Division Series 1-0. See you tomorrow night.